Alright, hello my lovely Leos. How are you? How are you really? Before I get into your reading, I just want to let you guys know that I thank you so much for being so supportive of this YouTube channel and for helping me to grow it. Okay, we have officially reached 100 subscribers, so yeah, I thank you guys so much. It wouldn't have been possible without you. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into your readings. What do we have for Leo? What messages do we have for Leo? Okay, those came out sideways, Leo. Okay, let's see if we can get 2 more cards. Okay, what other messages do we have for Leo? Alright, so Leo, we got a lot of on the fence energy going on here. Okay, I'll just go ahead and put that out there. Okay, so here we have the Star card sideways. We also have the 4 of Swords sideways. Here we have the 8 of Wands sideways, the 5 of Cups, and the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so with these cards over here, Leo, it's almost as if sometimes you feel pretty confident in your path, or you feel confident in the person that you're with, or you feel pretty confident on your job, and you're dedicating a lot of energy into it, and you're making things happen, and you know, things are great. And other times it's almost as if you procrastinate, you doubt, and you kind of fall into like this pessimistic type of energy here. Okay, and with this 5 of Cups here, I don't know if you guys see it or not, but she's crying. I don't know if y'all can see that good on the camera, but she's crying off her makeup here. Okay, and it's like she's watching those bowls empty themselves out, you know, but there's another one behind her that she doesn't see. Okay, so for some of you Leos, it's like when you give up hope over here, it's almost as if you don't see the bigger picture of things. Like you don't see the beauty in this situation here. Instead, you just focus on the negatives here, which we're all guilty of. Okay, here we have the 4 of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. Okay, so for some of you Leos, I don't know, for some of you, you may feel like you're losing a lot of yourself. Okay, because like how I mentioned, there's times when you dedicate a lot of yourself in here. You know what I got from here, I don't know why this just came to me. This just came to me out of nowhere, but Leo, you could sometimes feel burned out by something. Okay, maybe there's something that you really genuinely love, or somebody that you really genuinely love, and because you love this thing or this person, you put your all into it. You give it your all, and you go hard. You go really hard. Okay, almost to the point to where you have nothing left. Okay, so if this is a person that you're dating, Leo, it seems like there's times whenever you call this person every day, you text them every day, you put your best foot forward, you smile your hardest, you laugh your loudest, and Leo, it's like you're overextending yourself here, basically, or you're overdoing it. Okay, whatever you're doing, it looks like when you're in it, and you overdo it a little bit to the point where you're drained afterwards, you know. So like even on your job, Leo, it's like you really love this job, so you give it your all. You go in, you pick up those extra hours, you pick up the slack, you're always available when the boss needs you, you know, and you really do your best here. You know, you do a really good job on your job. But It looks like you are really doing too much here, Leo. It looks like you're doing too much. It looks like too much is being asked of you. And that may be why you fall into these spells of questioning, like, do I even want to do this anymore? Or is this even something I really even want anymore? Because it leaves me feeling so drained. It leaves me feeling so tired, okay? It leaves me feeling tired, but it's just occasionally. Only sometimes I feel like this, you know? Only sometimes. For some of you Leos, it's like you don't really have time to yourself here, okay? And that may be the problem, Leo. Because something that I've learned is if you're constantly around people, if you're constantly working, if you're constantly doing, you know, we all go through those burnouts, okay? But it's almost as if you're just needing a recharge, Leo, okay? But it's like, it's like you go through extremes. So hopefully, to some of my Leos, I don't know, you could be dealing with a bipolar disorder, or you could be dealing with mania, where you have these extremely high spells, where you're full of energy, you're getting a lot done, you're doing it really quick, abnormally quick at that. And then you have these spells where you just feel absolutely dark and depressed and empty and just void, okay? But to me, it really looks like, Leo, that you're just not properly spending enough time to yourself. You're not recharging properly. That's the only issue that I see here in this reading. Okay, so if you're hanging out with your friends, let's say for instance, if you went to play basketball with them one day, and then after you played basketball, y'all went out to eat together. The next morning, they hit you up real early, so y'all go to stroll to the park, and then that evening, y'all go to the movies, and the next day after that, y'all take the kids to Chuck E. Cheese or something, and then afterwards, y'all go travel outside the city. It's like when you invest in people, when you invest in these things, you do too much. It's like you don't know when to say no. It's like you don't give yourself time to recharge. And that's what leaves you feeling like this, Leo. Okay, so if you are in a very demanding job, or if you are in very demanding connections, okay, it's like there has to be boundaries in place, Leo. There has to be some type of you time so that you don't have to keep going through these extremes, okay? Because it looks like you only have these dark spells because you overextend yourself. So if you avoid doing too much, or if you avoid always going out, or if you avoid taking up all those extra hours at work, or if you avoid, you know, being there at everybody's beck and call, you'll have energy to persevere to where you don't fall in these little spells like this. You know, it's kind of like learning when, where, and to who to give your energy to, okay? It's like, who should I give my energy to? What should I give my energy to? And to what extent, so that I don't fall into this burnout, okay? Look at her, okay? We want to avoid this, okay? We gotta avoid this, Leo. But it's like when you're in the mood, you just you overdo it, you overthrow, you overshoot, okay? It's like you overdo it, Leo. It's like when you want to be good at something, you're the best at it, and you get tired, and it's like you just fall into like this very dark hole, almost as if it's depression, really, from this reading here. Because 8 of Wands in reverse, that's speaking of procrastination, not really doing anything, stagnancy, staying in the same spot. And the Sun card in reverse is just darkness, gloom, and just, you know, depression, not really happy. And this 4 of Swords in reverse, not comfortable, not happy, pessimistic, okay? So it's like you go through extremes here. But it's just all about balance, Leo. I guess that's why all 3 of these came out sideways. So I mean, it's not upright all the way, and it's also not in reverse all the way. It's sideways, okay? So the main message here, Leo, is to balance things out. You know, if you're gonna have time with your friends, set a limit to it. Like, on these days we can hang out for this amount of time, okay? Or if you're on your job, maybe this weekend I'll work overtime, but next weekend I need time to myself, okay? Or if you're in a relationship or marriage with somebody who's demanding of your time there a lot, that's something to really sit down and have a conversation with. Like, I love you and I want to give you attention, I want to be affectionate, I want to spend time with you, but I also need some time to myself, okay? Because it looks like you really overdo it, Leo. Whatever you're doing, it looks like you really put your all into it to the point where you have nothing left for yourself, okay? So sometimes, Leo, it's like you could fall into spells where you just feel numb, you know, because you see how she's looking at this. It's almost as if like she's watching the bowls tip over and like she don't even care. And honestly, she's kicking over one of them. She was like, well, the other one's done fell. Might as well kick this one over too. So Leo, it's like you just really fall into these very depressive spells. And it is only because you have given your all to these people, to this person, or to your job or your life path. Whatever you do, whatever makes you really happy, you give your all to it, to the point to where you don't want nothing else to do with it after a while, you know? But it's all about balance here, you know? And for some of you Leos, you could actually be in a relationship to where you feel like the efforts that you put in is not good enough. So it's like in your mind, it's like I might as well not try anyway. Because if I do try to call, if I do try to text, or if I do try to be sweet, this person isn't gonna really like it or accept it, or they're gonna have something to say. So sometimes it's almost as if like, why should I even try anymore? Because I give my all, I do my best, and I love my hardest. But maybe you sometimes, Leo, you may feel like your efforts are not good enough for this person, or you may feel like your efforts are not good enough for your boss, you know, because you show up, you show out, you give your all, you know, you show up early on the job, you leave late, you work the overtime, you pick up other people's jobs. And for some of you Leos, it's like you don't even feel appreciated for the efforts that you put in, you know? It's like you don't really feel appreciated or seen or noticed or recognized for the efforts that you put in, or the time that you put in, the passion that you put in, the dedication that you put in, the loyalty, the energy, the drive. Like, you put a lot into this person or into this thing, you know, or in this job, and it's just like, when are the results going to come in? Okay, so for some of you, you could be working towards something, and you know, it's like you're expecting results, you know, and that's something I battle with myself. It's like I do a lot and I expect to see some type of drastic results, you know. Sometimes, like with this YouTube channel, I'll post like a lot of videos back to back and I'm like, yeah, but you know, the subscriber count still doesn't change, or either it really doesn't get that many views as I thought it would, you know. And I've learned that I can't let that discourage me, you know, and I also cannot work hard just to get some type of recognition. I can't just work hard just to see some type of result. If I'm gonna do something, it has to be because I genuinely want to do it. Whenever I upload y'all's videos, that's not because I have money to make. That's not because you know, it's because I actually like doing this. I really enjoy doing this, you know. And it's just kind of like you have to apply that same thing here, Leo. When you give this person in your relationship or marriage your absolute all, why are you doing this? Are you doing it because you genuinely want to exert that much of yourself, or are you doing that just so you can be appreciated or recognized or seen or loved better? Or are you doing it to gain, like, are you doing this to gain something? Okay, So it's kind of like, Leo, you have to really check out your own intentions here, okay? Because it's really easy to give your all to something and then feel bad afterwards, especially if you had some type of goal that you wanted to reach. But if you did all of this just for absolutely no reason, just because you absolutely wanted to do it, you wouldn't fall in those spells like that, Leo. You know? Because right now, I just got done recording like, what, 2 20-30-minute videos back to back. And I don't feel drained afterwards. Actually, when I finish y'all's reading, I actually feel pretty good. I'm like, yeah, you know? Because there is no hidden motive. There is no end goal that I'm trying to meet. There is no, you know, I'm not getting money from this. You know, this is just something that I do and I like it and it helps people. You know, I don't get anything out of this. If anything, y'all just get something from it. I don't get anything from this. All I get, sometimes it allows me to vent, you know, and, you know, it's just, you have to really check your intentions here, Leo. Okay, when you give your all on this job, are you doing this to please the people that you're around? Are you doing this to please your boss? Or are you doing this to get some type of promotion? Are you doing this to stand out from everybody else? Like, Leo, you have to really check your intentions here, okay? Because it looks like you're doing this to gain something, okay? And when you don't get what it is that you're working for, that's when you fall in this depressive stage or this very dark, gloomy, and pessimistic mindset, because you realize I didn't get what I was trying to get. You know, I put all this effort in for nothing. I don't know why I just got that out of my head. I just got that saying in my head, like, I did all of this for nothing. I got nothing else in return. You know, if you're in a relationship or marriage, Leo, I honestly know where you're coming from, and I used to do that myself. You know, I give my all and I do my best, I try my hardest, and you know, I would be really angry when it was not given back to me, you know, or if I didn't get out of this person what I was expecting, which is probably like them being nicer or being more attentive, things of that nature. And I realized, you know, actually doing y'all's reading, I realized that I was in the wrong. You know, it's easy for me to look at the other person and be like, oh, they didn't love me back as hard as I loved them. But no, that was I was at fault because I overexerted myself trying to get this person to love me more, or trying to get this person to do right, or trying to get this person to commit to me. So I had hidden motives, okay? I had extra intention. I had a specific intention, which was to get some type of result. So it's kind of like, did I even do that out of the pureness of my own heart? Did I even do that because I really wanted to? Or did I do it to gain some type of advantage, some type of leeway, or some type of result here? Okay, so Leo, I'm sure the efforts that you put in are very much appreciated, you know, but I really want you to really sit for a second and think about why you put in so much. Okay, are you doing that because you genuinely want to, or are you doing this because you are expecting something in return? Okay, because truth of the matter is, Leo, if you did something out of the pureness out of your heart because you really wanted to, you would not ever leave feeling like this. Okay, you would never feel like this. Okay, there would be no depression, there would be no gloom, there would be no pessimism, there would be no apathy, there would be no any of this. Okay, so I just really want you to sit to yourself on this reading and really ask yourself, why have I been overexerting myself like this? Why have I been spending so much time with my friends? Why have I been saying yes to everything? Why have I been there at everybody's beck and call? Is it because I want to keep these friendships? Is it because I want to keep these people happy? Is it because I want to keep the peace, you know? Or is it because I genuinely want to do this? Like, when somebody asks you to do something, Leo, sit and ask yourself for a minute, do I genuinely want to do this? Did I wake up and want to do this? Or do I only want to do this because this person presented this to me? Okay? So, you know, this is just a message to whatever you do, Leo. Make sure you're doing it because you actually want to do it. Okay? If you work those overtime hours, let it be that you actually want to do that, not because you want that raise or promotion. Okay? If you text or call this person every day, let it be because you genuinely want to hear from them. Okay? Instead of it being because you want them to take you serious or you want them to commit to you. You know, because if you are expecting something for your hard works, Leo, that's going to leave you feeling like this. Okay? Because some results take time to see, and also there is no guarantee that your strategy will work to, you know, get this person to do a certain thing here. Okay, if you're in a business here, Leo, and it's like you're putting out a lot of advertisement because you want your business to grow, you know, it's good that you have this goal in mind, Leo, but also make sure that's something you genuinely want to do. Okay, the advertisements that you post for your business, do you genuinely wake up excited to do that? Or are you only doing that to grow your business? Okay, so this reading is all about checking your intentions here, Leo. Okay, and really looking at why you put in so much into this thing or into this person here. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for you, Leo. Thanks so much for watching. I pray that this reading gave you guys clarity on your situation and gave you food for thought, and to also help you to really view your situation in another light here. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, ta-da!